Okay, welcome to our Monday night Team PlantStrong call. We are tonight talking about something that is very pivotal to your business. It's your story. And over and over and over again, I've been in this business for 8 years, one thing that is a constant that we will always do is share our story. We get paid to share our story. I mean, over the years, I've heard people say, we are paid storytellers. And if you think about the things that we watch and the things that we're drawn to, the things that we get sucked into are stories, movies are stories, and good songs, like country songs that I like, are stories, what else? TV shows. We're watching Parenthood right now, and we're like we watch 5 seasons in about 4 weeks because it's a great story, and we just get sucked in, and it's like, at the end, I'm like, oh, let's just watch one more. It's only midnight. It's fine, right? Because it's a story, and it's something, that's relevant to my life, parenthood right now, and something that is, speaking to me and that I'm learning from. And so we want our stories to be contagious, to be compelling, to be something where people, even if your story is not like I had this miracle happen with Juice Plus, but you want it to be something that people can relate to, some element. And so you want to tell different parts of your story, and sometimes you tell different versions of your story. Obviously, for me, being a part of this product, being on the product and being a part of the business for 8 years, my story is long. It's like I've had this happen and that happened and that happened. Do I always tell every single thing that Juice Plus has helped me with? No, because people would be like bored probably by the time I got to the thing that was important to them. So I try to ask good questions, and I try to tailor my story to something that's meaningful to them. If it's someone who's has knee pain or knee surgery, I tell that part of my story. If it's someone who is sick all the time, I tell my immune system story. Of course, I might pepper in a couple of other things just so they know there's other benefits. But, tonight we're really going to hone in and focus on sharing your story. And we're going to watch 2 of the trainings that are on the freedomrevolution.com, which you guys should all be familiar with after last week. I wanted to take time each of the next few weeks on our team call to really dig in a little and study it, and so that we can be doing our best at each section, so that we can duplicate and teach it to others. And so I'm going to share my screen with you guys, and we are going to first watch the sharing your product story, and then we'll talk about it. So let's see here.
Hi there, my name is Kim McCall, and today I have the privilege of covering one of my all-time favorite topics, sharing your product story. Before we do that, let's consider our mindset when we're sharing our product story. Our mindset is definitely not one of selling or convincing. Instead, we're putting ourselves in the mindset of truly inspiring and captivating. From the day you start your franchise, you have a personal story about why Juice Plus made sense to you. And now you're in an incredibly unique position of always being just one conversation away from possibly changing someone's life forever. It's exactly that mindset that will ultimately prove to be a huge contributor to your success. Now, for many of us, we start our franchise at the same exact time we start the Juice Plus health habit. That does not mean that you don't have a product story. It simply means you're going to start by sharing what you hope to experience by adding Juice Plus to your family's diet. Your product story might even touch on lifestyle changes if you're someone who really loves and utilizes that Shred 10 program like I do. While developing your product story, absolutely embrace the reality that as Juice Plus franchise owners, we are never expected to be an expert on nutrition, on health, or on anything else. Our role is to simply be a resource that connects people to the experts and really just educate them on the fact that these raw, concentrated fruits and vegetables exist. Also remember that one of the reasons Juice Plus is the most widely researched nutritional product in the world is that it is not positioned as a cure to any particular or isolated condition. Instead, it's an extraordinarily convenient and cost-effective way to ensure that all of our families consume a much larger volume and wider variety of those fruits, vegetables, and berries each and every day. Dr. Richard Du Bois often says, and I love this, that there is no human condition that benefits from poor nutrition. and all human conditions can benefit from good nutrition. Think about that. Regardless of what someone's struggle is, improving nutrition and lifestyle could impact their condition in a positive and life-changing way. And by sharing your product story, you have a way to help them do exactly that. Now, like any good story, your product story will have a beginning, a middle, and an end, but it's only going to be about 45 to 60 seconds long. The beginning will communicate what life was like before you started Juice Plus and any negative emotions associated with any of those things that you were personally struggling with. The middle of your story identifies why Juice Plus made sense to you. People don't really care as much about what you're doing, they care about why you did it. And in the end of your product story, you're going to describe any changes that you and your family have experienced since adding Juice Plus. Or remember, if you're just getting started on the product, the changes you're hoping to experience. Share how these changes have affected the quality of your life and any emotional impact that they had. There are examples of product stories right next to this video. I'm going to quickly share my product story now. Make sure to listen for the beginning, the middle, and the end, but notice that it sounds both personal to me and organic as I'm talking. So about 10 years ago, I had just taken a class and learned why the human body requires at least 7 to 13 servings of produce every day. And that number totally and completely freaked me out because our family wasn't getting close to that. Another scary reality for me is our family history. Unfortunately, we have cancer, heart disease, diabetes, and stroke on both sides of our family tree. So at the time, I had a whole lot of fear and mom guilt going on. Then when I was pregnant with my son, a doctor shared Juice Plus, and it honestly made immediate sense. I loved that it was food and not a supplement. And knowing that you can't really feel prevention, I was super excited about the research. I was one of those people who wanted proof of what was happening on the inside. Since we started our family on Juice Plus, we've honestly had awesome improvements in our immune systems, a lot more sustained energy all day long, no more coffee for my husband or I have a much easier time, all of us do, maintaining an ideal